I'm with Breakaway. I am James Jarrett. It's board chair for Breakaway.
And I am Kristen Keats. I'm the CEO and founder of Breakaway Bookkeeping and Advising. Just as a background, Breakaway is a network of bookkeepers, CPA, CFOs, controllers. We all call ourselves advisors. And what Breakaway does is give a platform to our advisors and go out and be amazing for their clients.
You know, we've been reaching out to business leaders to get their perspectives to help this Breakaway community provide better support for small businesses. So today we're chatting with Travis Davis. Travis, originally structural and civil engineer, now works for Payne West Insurance. And Payne West helps businesses take control of risk through effective and efficient risk management. And what I really love about what you do, Travis, is you're enabling these business leaders to focus on their growth and profitability as opposed to the uncertainty that's inherent in their businesses. So Kristen, kick us off with the first question.
So Travis, I know that you're like us where you have contact with all kinds of business owners. And so I'm curious how this new normal or COVID-19, what's this impacted your work and your relate with your clients?
Thanks, Kristen and James. Thanks for having me. First of all, I really appreciate being here. I like the work that you do. Yeah, how is it impacting me? I am busier now, surprisingly, than I was a month ago.
That doesn't surprise me.
well, I think after, you get the 7 stages of grief, right? And there's some denial in there. I think we all did that for a little bit. And now you've got to dig your way out and plan forward and how are you going to serve these clients. So initially it was the flood of client calls about, hey, my business income is interrupted. What do I do? And then from then on, it's just been connecting them to other advisors. Obviously, I don't have all the answers right now. The best thing I can do for my clients is make sure that they're blocking and tackling and taking care of their everyday business needs, principal among those, applying for loans and talking to their bankers. So mostly right now I'm connecting people.
What are the big ahas out there, Travis, that most businesses are missing during this time?
Well, the ones that I've heard them recognize today is, my view of advising for small businesses is that there's many avenues to advise from. Their number one advisor might be an attorney. Their number one advisor might be their accountant or their insurance broker. But they should all have a range of advisors, and they're finding their weak points and their strong points right now, and they're appreciating that. So for instance, the $200 million a year contractor who doesn't have a great banking relationship because they've never needed it, now they need it. And they're asking their other advisors, connect me with the right individual, and that's happening across the board.
Yeah, I love that, Travis, because I want to just focus on that for a second, because I love taking a team approach to a client, because you're right, we all have different skill sets and different things that we can bring to the relationship. So I just feel like there's so much strength in that when we can kind of build that team.
Absolutely. I like the mission of Breakaway is very similar to mine. We're trying to help our clients make good decisions. And if I can do that in the area of risk, great. If I can do that with some lessons learned in other business pieces of the business that I've learned from other contractors or other small businesses, I'm happy to do that, share those resources. So I know you guys do the same.
What about on the flip side, Travis? What have you seen out there from small businesses in a positive sense that have really surprised you?
Well, it's really the range of responses, James. I've seen contractors and restaurateurs and retail businesses and healthcare businesses, all with their own unique problems. And I think based on their type of business, I could gauge before talking with them what their response is. And I couldn't be more wrong. I've got healthcare practices that are 100% shut down. And I think the owner's, on the verge of suicide. And when I call them, they say, no, I'm invigorated. This economy gives me an opportunity to reevaluate my business in a way that I haven't before. They might admit to 11 years of a good economy as allowing them to get lazy. And this is a chance for them to sharpen their steel.
Wow, that's that's a great answer.
That was an inspiring phone call. Not all of them are that way.
Yeah, understandably so. Well, what kind of guidance then are you providing for the folks out there that you're engaging with, and what do you think is most important, to your point, after these kind of 7 steps of grief, and now we're kind of looking forward and looking at through different perspectives?
As far as guidance goes, basic getting back to the blocking and tackling of their business. For a lot of them, and this is right up your alley, a lot of them don't know how to manage their cash in their business.
Mm-hmm.
So getting good cash management, really evaluating their workforce. I think employment practices right now is going to be, from the risk perspective, it's one of the biggest risks every employer is facing right now, whether it be layoffs or furloughs or complying with Family Medical Leave Act. They're all facing challenges in that area. So I'm connecting them to HR resources and talking through issues with them in that regard. And then also from a directors and officers perspective, I'm spending a lot of time guiding them on, making decisions that are in the best interest of their business and the stakeholders in the business, whether that be public or private, whether they have investors or not. They need to still be making sound business decisions.
Outstanding. Well, thank you, Travis. It's great to take a little break with you, and thank you, Breakaway.
Yes, Travis, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm proud that you're a friend of Breakaway and that we can partner with some of these clients and help them out. So thank you for joining us. It was awesome. And I would just encourage all of our viewers to check us out at our website at www.breakawayba.com, and also find us on social media, and we'd love to engage with you there.
Excellent. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Okay.
everyone.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
You as well.